Good afternoon. As you can see by my attire, the sun is finally out. So we've been cranking up the barbecue, getting a few brews and playing some tunes tonight. So with that in mind, I pulled a few more random picks from the vinyl vault, and here we go. This was the second half of the G section. We'll start with Gospel Elm. It's a new British band. The problem I always had with death metal was I found the vocals quite abrasive, and I always thought if you had that type of extreme music with more melodic vocals, you'd be onto something. And Gospel Helm delivered that. You've got male and female vocals, and it gives it a real melodic edge, but really extreme. There you go, Gospel Helm, great metal album. The next band I could have picked any of their albums from the back catalogue, and I picked this one, Revival by Gozu. Heavy metal band from Boston, but it's closer to say they're on the crossroads of grunge and heavy metal, somewhere in between, and they take the best of both of those sounds. Great vocals, unbelievable riffs, and great songs. Gozu Revival. Another content creator that I follow, Mike the Final Guy, was talking about this album the other day and inspired me to pull it out. Gun, debut album. Adrian Gorvez is the guitarist, and he's extremely underrated. The big song on this, everyone will probably know, is Race with the Devil. I believe Van Halen and Girl School both covered it. They went on to form a band after it's called Dream Man Army, and then they formed a band with Ginger Baker called Baker Gorvez Army, and anyone who can put up with Ginger Baker deserves recognition for that alone. But go on, it's great, great songs, and my favourite track on it is Sunshine. Brilliant track. Right. Again, Grand Funk Railroad. I could have picked anything from the catalogue, but I went for this album. Live in 1971, it's raw, and it shows the power of Grand Funk Railroad. It's hard to believe how huge this band were in the 70s. They sold out Shea Stadium quicker than the Beatles. They played Hyde Park. Every album they released in America went platinum. They were massive, and now they're kind of completely forgotten about, except for a joke in The Simpsons. But they're a great band, and any of their live albums are worth checking out. Lastly, the last album I've pulled out of the G section is not only my favourite album of the 70s, but probably one of my favourite albums of all time. That's the Groundhog Split. I've talked about this before, and I'll continue to talk about it. Everyone should hear this album. After Tony Iommi, I'd say Tony McPhee, the guitarist from this band and the singer, is one of the most original and brilliant guitar players you'll ever hear. In fact, I love this album so much, I have more than one copy. I've got 2 copies. I've got 3 copies. I've got 4 copies. Why would you ask? It's the same music. They all sound different mixes. This one particularly, the remix that came out on Bandcamp, sounds beautiful. And it's just a thing now. Every time I see it in the wild, I buy it. So the Groundhogs have 2 albums, probably worth checking out. Thank Christ for the Bomb and Split, but I lean more towards Split. Anyway, that's what I'm listening to today. What are you listening to? Put it in the comments. Keep it vinyl, keep it real.